Let's talk about Draymond, y'all, because another bombshell report came out stating that he was willing to walk away from the game over that last situation that he had with Yusuf Nurkic, saying that it was, in quotes, too much and that Adam Silver had to come out and make him and stop him from retiring. So, how do we feel about this? Once I saw that, I was like, man, I just want to see more because why would Adam Silver go all the way out of his way to prevent the man from retiring? Why would he feel that way? What did Draymond do? Then, about 2 hours ago, Draymond Green came out and released a podcast, a 51-minute episode addressing everything. It's called Reflecting on NBA Suspension, Steph Curry and Adam Silver Conversations, Warriors Return. So once I saw the title, I was like, oh yeah, I'm watching all of this. Draymond had been potting since July, and I was dying to see what he had to say about the whole situation. And after this, I gotta say, I've watched the whole thing. Shout out to Draymond Green. I'm not a fan of the guy. I'm not a hater, but I'm not a fan of Draymond Green. I can say that. I felt that his antics granted a big suspension, way bigger than what he would actually get, just based off the fact that he was becoming a reoccurring issue. He didn't show any remorse every time he was asked about these things. And that a guy, for example, like John Morant, who messed up, he clearly messed up, but he was off the court stuff, got 25 games. So why would Draymond Green, who was bullshitting on court, only get 12 games? So this is how I felt. And then I watched the whole 51-minute segment. And again, I've gained a lot of respect for Draymond Green because it was the first time that he actually showed real vulnerability, honesty, and true remorse. And as a grown man, this is all you can ask for. Like, we're all going to fuck up. None of us are perfect. And he's not the one that's supposed to impose any punishment on himself. That's Adam Silver's job. So on Draymond's end, he did all he had to do. He went, looked into the camera. Nobody asked him to do this, I would assume, and gave a heartfelt apology to all of the people that he felt he offended. So for the first time ever, he apologized to Rudy Gobert for choking him out. He also apologized to Yusuf Nurkic, obviously. He apologized to the Warriors organization. He apologized to his family, to Adam Silver, to the volumes, so Colin Coward and them and everything, and really acknowledge the responsibility that he has as a role model and that he let everyone down, including himself, and that he was vowing for change. And coming from Draymond Green, like this is the same guy who choked out Rudy Gobert and came right to the press and was like, shit, he touched on my teammate, so it is what it is, man. I ain't sorry. This is the same guy who stomped out Domantas Sabonis' chest and was like, man, he was just grabbing my leg. This is also the same guy who ran KD out of town and was like, man, management, Bob Myers and Steve Kerr fucked it up. That's the same guy who did all of these things. So for him to actually go out there and show that much growth, again, respect to Draymond Green. Respect to Draymond Green. So there are two things that he brought up during this interview that I really wanted to touch on. The first one was how he came to the fact that he wanted to face retirement and how he was pretty much linked to what KD had to say. Because if you guys remember after the game, KD is obviously on the Suns, so when Yusuf Nurkic, his teammate, got hit by Draymond, he came right to the presser and said he wasn't like that when I was around in 2017 and that he needed some help and that he hoped that he got the help that he needed. So, KD and Draymond, they seem to be friends. Every time they play Team USA, they showed a lot of complicity. KD did Draymond's podcast and everything. So for him to say that about his friend, I know that hit Draymond in some kind of way. And Draymond pretty much walked us through how he felt at first, how he reacted with pride, and how after that he decided that he was going to be different, took the pride away, and how that pretty much led him to be like, okay, I need to change, and how that change was linked to him retiring, saying that he was too much and that he was on the verge of announcing it to Adam Silver, and Adam Silver prevented him from doing so. So he also mentioned an exchange that he had with Steve Kerr, who came to the house after a shoot-around, and that they both sat there, they both cried, and that he was super grateful for the bond that he had with Steve Kerr, and that Steve Kerr said that, I just want you to end things the right way, and that right now you're not doing that. So when he said that, I was like, shout out to Steve Kerr. That's a real coach. I feel like if you're going to be a leader of men, you have to show that you care about your man, and he definitely did that. So shout out to Steve Kerr for that. And this is also one of the reasons why, despite all of the struggles that the Warriors are ongoing right now, as long as the core is there, you can't fire him. You're gonna, unless you're getting rid of Steph, Clay, and Draymond, you need to have Steve Kerr there, because this is their guy, literally. That was showcasing that. But then he said, ending things the right way. What did he mean by that? Did he mean that Draymond wanted out, and that he pretty much maybe shared that with Steve Kerr, and that it was okay, let's finish that run before you get out of here? Or it was just, okay, let's finish your last contract the right way on the Warriors. This is like your last chapter with the Warriors, and then, you can go and do what you said. This is all speculation, so I guess get in that comment section and give me your thoughts about that. But back to the Draymond situation. Draymond also admitted two things. He said that it's been 3 weeks, y'all. So I know a lot can happen in 3 weeks, but at the same time, not much can happen in 3 weeks. So I'm not going to sit there and act like I'm an all the way changed person. And that was pretty much my initial feeling about the suspension being only 12 games. I was like, y'all said that the man needed help, so what the hell do you think is going to change in 3 weeks? Nothing. We're going to get the same Draymond back at the same time. So obviously, we're not going to get him all the way back the same, just because he made that big step forward by just acknowledging that he's wrong for the first time and vowing to change. But let's see what version of Draymond we actually get to see on the court now. It's going to be very interesting. I'm going to watch all Warriors game for the first week or so. First week, 2 weeks maybe. Because Draymond himself admitted that he was going to leave the antics behind. All of that edge that he played with is going to leave that behind. And in his opinion, he's going to be able to go out there and affect the game, being Draymond Green, the one that we know that provided a little bit of everything but scoring, but still everything: defense, leadership, edge, protection to his players, pressure on the refs, all that. He would still be out there and be able to bring that to the game without the antics. So my question to you guys watching is, do you think that's possible? I don't know. I'm not going to sit there and say, no, Draymond's just going to be out there and be a non-factor. I'm not going to say that. But I'm very curious to see how Draymond can affect the game while being quote-unquote chill. And more importantly, how do the opponents actually react to that? Do they try Draymond like that? Do they go out there and they try to bring out that edge again? Or do they kind of leave him be? Like, that's going to be very interesting for me. So, again, shout out to Draymond. I think his return to the Warriors will help. Are they going to win the championship or anything? I really don't think so. They're just too small. I don't think that presently constructed they have anything to guard Jokic. And if they make it past Jokic in the East, they can't guard Embiid, they can't guard Giannis. And if the Boston Celtics make it there, they're just going to be too small for the Celtics, who just have too many weapons. I don't see them winning a ring with that core. But yeah, you're still going to impact them, and I think they're going to make the playoffs with his return, because that's a good sign. If I'm a teammate of Draymond and I see that type of growth out of him, I'm like, yeah, we have our leader back. So shout out to that. Before we get out of here, let's touch on Adam Silver real quick, because I'm very conflicted about what he did. On one hand, I really like the fact that, again, he showed that he really cares about the players. They're not just products or material worth a lot of money for him, but he cares about that, about them on the human level. So he took the time to actually sit down with Draymond multiple times, according to what Draymond said, and looked at him in the eyes and said, I want the best for you. Showed him that he cared. So I like that. Ownership is not just out there like, yeah, I'm going to take all these guys and run them to the ground, make the money, and then throw them when they're no use to me. So shout out to Adam for that. But on the other hand, I feel like if you isolate the situation and the way he handled it, that's great. But if you, as a commissioner, you need to be firm at some point, and also you need to be fair all the way across the board. And again, in my opinion, if a guy like John Morant, who fucked up twice, but off the court got 25 games, how on earth can Draymond go out there, mess up 4 times in the span of a year on the court, in front of everyone, on camera? Even the Jordan Poole, they released it to social media, so everyone saw it, and just get 12 games. That doesn't seem fair to me. So get in that comment section, please, and give me your thoughts about Adam. Like, how do you think he should behave as a commissioner? Do you think he should take the David Stern approach, or do you like Adam Silver for the fact that he's like that he's more on the human side? So, yeah. These are my thoughts. Appreciate you guys for checking me out. If you made it this far, I really appreciate that. Please like the video and please subscribe to the channel, man. Let's build a big community, man. I feel like more people are getting engaged with the content lately. I really like that, and I'm gonna be more active. Try and post multiple times a day. So, man, get on the ride, man, because we're gonna have fun. I got concepts, everything, a bunch of concepts I want to cover too. So, yeah. And please like the video. Please get in that comment section. And again, subscribe. See you guys later. Peace.